Archaeologists have made several notable discoveries in 2022, including the tomb of a previously undiscovered queen, a falcon shrine with a coded message, and a sizable tunnel beneath a temple. Ancient Egypt is full of secrets. These archaeological sites for ancient Egypt have produced some of the most incredible finds. Number 10. The Great Pyramid of Giza's Secret Room. The Giza pyramids were designed to last forever, and they have. The massive tombs dating back to the Old Kingdom of Egypt were built around 4,500 years ago. The pharaohs of Egypt supposed that they would be living forever as gods. They built temples for the gods and enormous pyramid tombs for themselves as preparations for the afterlife, each containing everything a monarch would require to govern and survive in the afterlife. Around 2550 BC, Pharaoh Khufu initiated the construction of the first Giza pyramid. The tallest structure in Giza, his Great Pyramid, rises 481 feet or 147 meters above the plateau. According to the Smithsonian Magazine, scientists use cosmic ray imaging to find a secret compartment in the Great Pyramid of Giza. The area is located directly above the building's front door. Although many unresolved issues surround the corridor's function, this discovery may catalyze more investigation into these types of mystery chambers. Number 9. The King or Queen's Mysterious Tomb. A team of archaeologists discovered the tomb of Queen Neith on the 100th anniversary of the uncovering of King Tut's tomb. She's mentioned for the first time in the archaeological record thanks to the discovery of Saqqara, a site in Giza. Researchers discovered many coffins and mummies in addition to the tomb, some of which belonged to King Tut's closest generals and advisors. The team had initially concentrated on the neighboring Teti pyramid, which stands in honor of Egypt's first 6th dynasty monarch. People sought to be buried close to Teti because he was revered as a god during the New Kingdom, according to Zahi Hawass, an Egyptologist working on the dig who formerly held the position of Minister of Antiquities. He said that the majority of tombs recognized in Saqqara earlier were either from the Ancient Kingdom or the Late Period. Now we have discovered 22 connected shafts with the New Kingdom burials, all ranging in height from 30 to 60 feet. They discovered a sizable limestone sarcophagus and 300 coffins from the New Kingdom period, often known as the Egyptian period, buried within these tunnels. This has already been so incredible so far. Move along and don't forget to click the subscribe button and join us on a mystifying and illuminating journey exclusively on our channel, Ancient History. Number 8. Wearable Meteorites. In 1911, a string of iron beads was discovered in the pre-dynastic graveyard. The iron beads were made of meteorite metals, notably an iron-nickel alloy, according to The Guardian. Other substances like phosphorus and cobalt also contributed to the source's identification. Compared to the other beads in the necklace, the iron beads were created utilizing a unique technique. Archaeologists have noted that these early jewelers thoroughly understood the precious metals that they worked with. Number 7. The masterpiece of Egypt features birds. To identify the precise species depicted in the 3,300-year-old artwork, current researchers use a replica of a picture depicting birds both in flight and perched close to a marsh. The masterpiece was discovered by archaeologists in a palace at the ancient Egyptian capital of Amarna, more than a century ago. But it wasn't until recently that scientists were able to identify the species depicted in the piece, including a wagtail, Motacilla alba, a red-backed shrike, Lanius collurio, and a pied kingfisher, or a Cerule rudis. Number 6. The Defensible Light. According to ancient origins, 3 stone reliefs in the Dendera temple bear the Dendera light. It could initially appear to be a bulb that resembles a crux tube. Ancient origins claim that it is now simpler to understand how the numerous symbols in the Dendera light relate to the Egyptian mythology. According to most Egyptologists, the sun god is shown emerging from a lotus blossom in the Dendera light. The Hathor temple at Dendera in Egypt features the Dendera light as a theme. The writing enclosing the pieces supports the fact that it represents the Egyptian creation myth. The temple has numerous reliefs that show Harsomtus emerging from a lotus blossom, which is often affixed to the bow of a barge in the shape of a serpent. Number 5. The protective tattoos for birthing. Some ancient Egyptian women would receive tattoos before giving birth as a protection during childbirth. When examining mummies buried at the archaeological site of the Deir el Medina, which is situated along the banks of the Nile River, archaeologists found 6 instances of this practice. Since the skin would need to be maintained and archaeologists often avoided opening mummies, finding ancient tattoos is rare. However, in one instance, parts of the bodies were visible, including a woman's lower back inscribed with black lines in old ink, and a picture of the god Bes, who guarded women during childbirth. Number 4. The accuracy of pyramids mathematics. The mathematical constant pi may have been incorporated into the Great Pyramid of Giza's design, claims the mathematics department at the Hans Raj College. Specialists are perplexed by the precision because such a value was not yet identified during this time. Overall, the vast structure's dimensions imply that the ancient Egyptians could have utilized the royal cubit and Pythagoras triangle. Analyzing the relative proportions of the Great Pyramid is another way to view it. As illustrated below, a square with an equal unit edge can be drawn if the base measures a unit length. A circle of the radius with the pyramid's height and a diameter equal to the square's perimeter can be drawn from the center. The Great Pyramid thus squares the circle. Its shape is close to the answer sought by the early mathematicians who spent countless generations trying to square the circle by length. Squaring a circle by area is a related issue. Due to the intangible characteristics, accurate squaring of the circle is not yet achievable, and this was proven by Lindemann in 1882. The inch, foot, yard, furlong, and mile systems are thought to have originated in Elizabethan England. Number 3. The photos of lifelike mummies. Archaeologists found numerous fragmentary pictures of people buried in the cemetery and 2 complete mummy portraits while excavating a necropolis in the ancient Egyptian city of Philadelphia. According to researchers, the dead were likely middle class or elite, as it would have cost a lot of money to have a portrait painted in their likeness at the time. Archaeologists also seldom come across mummy portraits due to looting. The last specimens were found in the 1880s. Number 2. The golden-tongued mummies. Mummies were frequently interred with gold tongues throughout the Greco-Roman era. The ancient Egyptians thought that by doing this, the dead would become divine beings in the hereafter. A group of archaeologists discovered many instances of this unique burial custom at a dig site in an old cemetery, close to Quesna, located just north of Cairo. Number 1. Saqqara's unknown tunnels. Inside the step pyramid of Djoser, archaeologists found tunnels and shafts that were concealed. According to Live Science, the 3.5-mile long tunnels provide excellent security. According to Egyptologist Reg Clark, it would be nearly impossible for the thieves to enter the burial chamber by digging from the top. Later evidence, however, showed that Djoser's burial chamber contained additional mummies. This spooky chamber was one of the mega-tombs, as the archaeologists referred to them, found at Saqqara, the vast necropolis that previously served the adjacent Egyptian metropolis of Memphis. The excavators found hundreds of coffins, mummies, and grave goods, including carved statues and mummified cats, under Yusuf's direction, all of which had been sealed inside multiple shafts since antiquity. Would you like to find out about other mysterious scientific discoveries? Well then, keep up with the latest amazing discoveries by subscribing to Ancient History. Thank you for watching.